Hello, fellow math dudes and dudettes. This is none other than the infamous Mrs. Campbell coming at you with a little Alex training. So you might have heard that Algebra 1 utilizes Alex to track our students' progress. This program has proven to us through our data collection and reporting of the last several years that if students can achieve a 55 to 60% in Alex, they are more likely to pass the ECA, the end of course assessment, than not. So, we make them do topics and log a certain amount of time weekly that we grade. And on top of that, we keep track of their assessment percentages that we not only use to remediate and differentiate instruction, but we also will take these percentages to several data meetings with administrators throughout the school year so that they can keep track of our progress as well. So, before we even begin this training, if you have not met the beautiful Mrs. Mulligan to get your username and password yet, you need to go hunt her down in our hallway and get that information. If you've got it, then you're ready to rock on this training. So, go to aleks.com, and once you get to aleks.com, your home screen will look like this. You will notice the login and password area to the left. And that's where you'll put your username and password in and click login. Now, once you log in, your home screen is going to look a little bit different than mine. There are only a couple of us that have administrator privileges on here, and administrator privileges simply allow me access to every teacher's classes. You, however, will have a please select one of the following classes area with your own classes. Or if you'd prefer, there is a My Class drop-down bar up at the top, and you can click the drop-down bar and you will also see your classes there that you can choose. Now, where exactly does this information come from on the students' assessment percentages and also their time on topics? Where do we get this stuff? How do we do it? Well, most of your time in Alex is going to be spent in the reporting tab over here on the navigation menu. Now you'll notice that my link is dead. I can't click on it. I'm not going anywhere. So how do we fix this? It's a simple fix. Just pick a class. So once I pick a class, you'll notice that that link comes live and I can actually use it. So when you click on the reporting link, you will see lots of options in here. But don't freak out. Most math teachers, those without, administrator privileges like me, only spend their time in the progress bar area, which is where we get our assessment information, or the time and topic area, which is where we get, obviously, the time and topic information for the grades. Now, you're going to find out that the percentages are kind of the big go-to items, both for the administrators, and as the year progresses, we change the number of topics that students are required to do. Those who have met expectations or are higher than our expectations are in much more difficult topics, so they don't have to do as many per week. Those who have not met the expectations are going to have to do more to catch up. So let's go check out the progress bar area first. Each teacher has chosen to do this a little bit differently. They have their own individual style. Personally, I like the quickest, most efficient, in my mind, snapshot possible, so I always click on class. When I click on class, I'm going to wind up with a screen that has every single one of my students listed. Now this may look like a lot, but that's because we're further along in the school year, so they have several assessments going on. I have it shut down to only show this semester, but if you wanted to show the whole semester, you would have even more information here. But if you choose individual student, you're going to have to click individual, get the information for that student, go back. Click individual, find another student, go back. Class result, much easier. They're all here to write down. So, which one of these bars am I looking at? Well, you'll notice that your first student has several bars for them, but it's always going to be the top bar that's the latest assessment, and it's always going to be the blue number we follow. Now, just a quick, hey, what does this mean? Well, we know we're going to be looking at the top bar every single time. That won't change. But what's this blue number versus this green number? The blue number is their actual assessed mastery topics. They have 47% for this student of mastered topics they've been assessed on. The little green +4 means that since they took that assessment, they've done 4% more of their pie, but Alex hasn't tested him on it, So they make it a completely different number, so we know that they haven't necessarily mastered it because it hasn't been assessed. So you're looking at the top bar, blue number. Those are the percentages we go with. This particular student would have a 47% in ALEKS at this time. And you would simply go through here and record these. Now, there is an option if you're running a little behind for that data meeting we have, or you just like to have a hard copy. There is the option to click print. This will bring up a nice print box for you and will print things out in a nice manner. I just choose to leave it all in ALEKS or write it down on my own paper, but it's entirely, again, up to you. Individuals do things different up here in the quirky math department. So that's about it on percentages. Nothing fancy there. If you return back to the reporting tab, we can talk about time and topic. Now again, time and topic thing, everyone records their grades in their own way. I'm just going to show you how I choose to do it. I choose to go to class as well. Again, it's going to show every student on the same page. There's no clicking back and forth, so I choose class. So on time and topic, when I choose class, this is what I show up with at the top of the page. You'll notice right here, it's giving me some dates. We do our ALEKS recording from Monday through Sunday night at midnight. So we have a 7-day span that we need to look at. So you can change this date range at any time to be wherever you want to be, but just know that every time that you move, you're going to be moving to the next Monday, and it will automatically do a week for you. So we'll just choose this week. It's automatically set up for a week. There's 2 ways of doing this. Again, you can look at the day or the week. You can have 7 days altogether with a total, or you can just have the one 7-day total. For my purposes, I find it much more efficient and it cuts down on clutter just to leave it at 7 days because I'm only looking at the total. I want the total time and the total topics that the students have logged in 1 week. So it just seems best to me, date range 1 week, only report the total by 7 days, and then you would hit compute. When I hit compute, basically, I'm looking at the right-hand screen. This is the week total. There's also a total time for the date range, but since I'm only doing a week, they're going to be the same. And then I can just scroll through my students, and I can see the time that they've logged, as in this student's logged 41 minutes, and I can see the number of topics that they mastered, in this case 12, to the number of topics that they attempted, in this case 13. So this student logged 41 minutes for this week, mastered 12 topics, and attempted 13. And you would just go through here and get the totals for all of your students. And that's pretty much ALEKS in a nutshell. Pretty much every math teacher utilizes only those 2 areas. You have your progress bar area in the reporting tab, and that's where you're going to get your percentages for ALEKS, and you have your time and topic area, and that's where you're going to get your time and topics for the grading. Pretty much all there is to need to know about ALEKS, but if you do need any pointers, Mrs. Mulligan and I are the ones to see. We're the ones with administrator privileges, and we're kind of the ALEKS gurus around here. So, see us if you need us. Otherwise, have a great year.